Ravens fan, you won't believe what just happened. Tight end Charlie Kohler has finally broken his silence and jumped into the MVP debate for Lamar Jackson. And let me tell you, this wasn't just any comment. It was a statement that's sparking heated conversations and adding fuel to the battle between Lamar and Josh Allen. But what exactly did Kohler say? And how could it tip the scales in the race for the most prestigious award of the season? Stick with me until the end, because this story is packed with details you don't want to miss. Go Ravens! Charlie Kohler, one of the Ravens' tight ends, didn't hold back when he stepped into the heated MVP debate this season. For him, there's no question about it. Lamar Jackson is the man. During an interview, Kohler made his stance crystal clear, boldly stating that in his view, Lamar is leading in everything that truly matters. He went straight to the point, saying, "I'm not a math genius, but it seems like there's only one guy leading in all categories except QB sneaks." This wasn't just an opinion. It was a message to anyone doubting Lamar's impact. What makes Kohler's statement so compelling is the timing. The MVP race is as close as it's ever been, with Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills also delivering an exceptional season. Kohler's comments show just how committed Lamar's teammates are to backing, emphasizing not only his incredible skills, but also the inspiration he brings to everyone around. Kohler's defense also carried a hint of rivalry. By mentioning QB sneaks, he took a subtle jab at Allen's more physical playing style, contrasting it with Lamar's speed and elusiveness. It's like Kohler wanted to highlight that it's not just about the numbers, but about the overall impact Lamar has on the game, something that goes beyond specific stats. With this statement, Kohler not only intensified the debate, but also reinforced the Ravens' united support for their quarterback. His words have gained even more attention because they came as a response to jabs from the Bills' side, showing that this MVP battle is as personal as it is professional. And speaking of that Bills jab, let's dive into how it all started. Charlie Kohler's statement wasn't just a random comment. It was a direct response to Spencer Brown, the Buffalo Bills offensive tackle, who recently claimed that Josh Allen had all the stats over Lamar Jackson last season, even though Lamar still won the MVP. That jab didn't sit well with Kohler, who stepped up to set the record straight. It was as if Kohler said, "Hold on, let's get the facts right." Brown's comment was clearly aimed at boosting Allen's MVP case this year, but Kohler responded smartly. He not only highlighted Lamar's incredible stats this season, but also put the debate into perspective by focusing on the bigger picture. Kohler made it clear that it's not just about isolated numbers. It's about who truly dominates the game when they're on the field. This exchange of words has added even more heat to the rivalry between the Ravens and the Bills. The MVP debate now feels like an extension of their on-field battles, with each side defending their quarterback as if it were a matter of pride. And it makes sense because both Lamar and Allen are the backbone of their teams, and every argument in this debate could make a difference. What makes this back and forth even more intriguing is how it highlights the stark contrast between Lamar and Allen's playing styles. And that brings us to the heart of the debate, how these two quarterbacks approach the game in completely different ways. Comparing Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen is like comparing two race cars with entirely different engines. Allen relies on his size and physicality, bulldozing through defenders to score short yardage touchdowns. On the other hand, Lamar is all about finesse and agility, using his speed and creativity to make defenders look silly. It's these differences that fuel the MVP debate. For example, Allen has racked up 12 rushing touchdowns this season, most of them on short yardage plays within 10 yards of the end zone. Meanwhile, Lamar, with fewer rushing touchdowns, has delivered explosive plays like that jaw-dropping 48-yard touchdown. These highlight the unique ways they impact the game. Allen as a powerful runner, and Lamar as a dynamic playmaker who can change the course of a game in an instant. This stark contrast not only makes the MVP race more exciting, but also divides fans and analysts alike. Everyone has their own take, but one thing is undeniable. Both players are having historic seasons. What stands out, though, is how teammates like Kohler are stepping up to defend Lamar's case, showing that this MVP debate isn't just about numbers, it's personal. And speaking of personal, let's talk about how the Ravens' support for Lamar goes beyond the field and how it strengthens his case for MVP even further. We're more than halfway through the video, but before we keep going, I noticed you haven't liked this video yet. Hitting that like button is free and helps YouTube show you more Ravens content like this. So go ahead and give it a click, all right? Let's keep going. When a player like Charlie Kohler speaks out, he's not just speaking for himself, but for the entire team. His words show the respect and admiration Lamar Jackson has inside the Ravens locker room. This goes far beyond talent on the field. Lamar is seen as a leader, someone who carries the team on his back when things get tough. Moreover, When a teammate publicly defends the quarterback, it reinforces the narrative that Lamar is not just an individual star, but the engine that makes the Ravens. The support from within the team is significant in contests like this, because it highlights the player's impact on the team as a whole. It's not just about Lamar's stats, but how he transforms the environment around him. These statements also create a kind of Cold War between the two teams. On the Bills side, players like Spencer Brown make a point of defending Allen, while on the Ravens side, the defense of Lamar is becoming increasingly vocal. This makes it clear that this MVP race is not just between quarterbacks, but between two teams that want to see their leaders on top. And like all good rivalries, this extends beyond what happens on the field. In the end, the MVP race goes beyond statistics. Of course, numbers are important, but the impact each player has on the team and the game as a whole is what really makes the difference. And this is where Lamar Jackson stands out. While Josh Allen is an incredible quarterback, Lamar does things that seem simply impossible, both in the air and on the ground. The numbers may show that Allen has more rushing touchdowns, but that doesn't tell the whole story. Lamar isn't just efficient, he's spectacular. He turns plays that seem lost into touchdowns, makes entire defenses look slow, and puts the Ravens in a position to win nearly every game. This is something isolated statistics can't fully capture. That's why players like Charlie Kohler defend Lamar with such passion. They know he's not just a player, but the face of the franchise, someone who defines what it means to be a Raven. And the admiration Lamar generates within the team is something that makes all the difference when it comes to deciding who truly deserves the MVP award. For the Ravens, having Lamar Jackson win MVP is about much more than the award itself. It's a recognition not only of his individual talent, but of everything he represents for the team and the city of Baltimore. Lamar is proof that the team can compete with anyone, and that with him at the helm, the future is bright. Moreover, winning the MVP again would place Lamar in a special category. He already won the award in 2019 and 2023, and a third victory would solidify his legacy as one of the greatest in NFL history. It would also increase the respect and fear that opponents have for the Ravens, as it would show they have one of the most dominant players in the league leading their offense. Finally, the MVP discussion also brings the team and fans together in a special way. Seeing players like Charlie Kohler defend Lamar shows how loved he is within the group. And for fans, having a player like him recognized on the national stage is a huge source of pride. Now, we just have to wait and hope that Lamar brings home another win for himself and for the Ravens. So, did you feel the weight of Charlie Kohler's words in this discussion? He not only defended Lamar Jackson, but also added more pressure to this tight MVP race. Now, the question is, do you agree with Kohler? Do you think Lamar deserves the MVP this year? I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any updates about the Ravens. We're in this together.